Welcome to NeuroWhispers, the channel where the world's most powerful ideas on success, wealth, mindset, productivity, and personal growth come alive. Let me ask you a question. What if the only thing standing between you and the life of your dreams is clarity? Clarity about what you want, clarity about where you're going, and clarity about how to get there. Imagine if a single skill could unlock your hidden potential, help you rise above every obstacle, and allow you to achieve goals you once thought were impossible. That skill is goal setting. And in this audiobook summary of Brian Tracy's classic, you're about to discover its full power. By the end, you'll know how to take charge of your life, rewrite your future, and attract extraordinary success, no matter where you start from. So stay with me until the end because this journey could change the way you think forever. And if you want more life-changing book summaries like this one, make sure to subscribe to NeuroWhispers and join our growing community of learners, dreamers, and achievers. Now let's dive in. Unlock your potential. Successful people are not born with special powers. They simply know what they want and work toward it every single day. One important truth you must understand is this. Whatever you have achieved so far is only a fraction of your true potential. The people you admire, the ones who seem extraordinary, are not different from you. With the right mindset and a clear focus, you too can reach levels of success you never imagined. Always remember, your past does not define you. It doesn't matter where you come from or what mistakes you've made. What matters is where you're going and the choices you make from this moment forward. Yesterday is gone. Today is your opportunity to create a future worth living. A clearly written specific goal is your ticket to that future. Everything begins in the mind. Every invention, every product, every breakthrough in human history started as a single thought. The phone in your hand, the car on the road, even the internet. All of these were once just ideas in someone's imagination. That is the power of thought. You can use this same power to shape your life and design your future. Your thoughts become your reality. Whatever dominates your mind will eventually define your life. If you ask successful people what they think about most of the time, they'll tell you. They think about their goals and how to achieve them. That's why they naturally attract opportunities, prosperity, and growth. Unsuccessful people, on the other hand, spend their time thinking about problems, disappointments, and rejection. They blame others for their struggles, and in doing so, they trap themselves in negativity. Do you see the difference? The successful attract success because their minds are focused on it. The unsuccessful attract more frustration because that's where their attention remains. As long as you have a clear goal and work on it daily, you will draw success toward you. You'll find yourself in the right place at the right time, meeting the right people. The universe doesn't care about the size of your goal. If you want something small, like a simple routine of working during the day and relaxing with Netflix at night, that's exactly what you'll get. But if you aim for something bigger, like building a meaningful career, achieving financial freedom, or creating an extraordinary life, that too will come within your reach. The secret is clarity. Write your goal down. Make it specific, measurable, and set a deadline. For example, you might write, I will become a senior manager in 2 years. Or, by the end of this year, I will launch my own business. Or, within 6 months, I will triple my income. In 1980, researchers at Harvard conducted a famous study on goal setting. They asked students if they had clear written goals and a specific plan to achieve them. Only 3% had written goals. 13% had goals but hadn't written them down, and 84% had no goals at all. 10 years later, the researchers followed up. The 13% who had goals but never wrote them down were earning twice as much as those with no goals. But the astonishing result was this. The 3% who had written their goals were earning 10 times more than the rest combined. Think about that. The difference between drifting through life and achieving extraordinary success often comes down to one simple step. Writing your goals clearly and committing to them. A vague wish like I want to be rich or I want to be happy is not a goal. It's only a desire. A real goal is clear, specific, and measurable. And once you write it down, you give yourself a compass to guide every action you take. With clear goals, you'll never feel lost. Every step you take will have purpose. Every day will move you closer to your destination. You won't waste time on distractions or meaningless activities. Life is short and clarity ensures you make the most of it. Take charge of your life. At 21, Brian Tracy was broke, living in a small house and working as a laborer in a factory. He had no money to travel, no support from friends or family, and no one to rely on. One cold night, Sitting alone by a window, shivering, he had a life-changing realization. No one was coming to save him. If his life was going to change, it was up to him and him alone. From that moment, he accepted full responsibility for his future. This is a lesson many people never learn. Instead, they spend their 40s and 50s blaming their parents for being poor or for not giving them a good education. They complain about their upbringing, point fingers at others, and see themselves as victims. But people who carry this mindset never move forward. Do you want to live like that? Constantly blaming others filled with regret and bitterness. If you truly want to succeed, you must release negative emotions. Anger, fear, jealousy, and insecurity will only drag you down. They consume your energy and block the flow of good things in your life. Once you let go of those negative emotions, you open yourself up to peace, love, happiness, and excitement. But how do you do that? There are two powerful methods. The first is to stop justifying your anger. Many people believe they have the right to be upset because of what happened to them. Imagine a factory worker who loses his job because the company faced a financial crisis. He feels cheated and starts to believe his boss fired him out of personal dislike. Out of anger, he even thinks about suing the company. As long as he holds on to that anger and justifies it, his life will remain miserable. But if that same worker accepts the truth that he isn't the only person to lose a job, that it wasn't personal, he can begin to move forward. He can say to himself, "It's okay. These things happen. I'll find a new job." By refusing to justify negative emotions, he sets himself free. The second method is to take full responsibility. Accept that everything happening in your life is your responsibility no matter what. If something goes wrong, instead of blaming others, say to yourself, "I am responsible for this. What can I do to fix it?" This simple shift in mindset moves you from victim to creator. For example, if you're stuck in traffic and running late for an important meeting, don't blame the traffic or curse the city. Accept responsibility. "I should have left earlier. I should have prepared better." Then focus on what you can do in the present moment. This approach frees you from stress and puts you back in control. Here's the truth. The person you're blaming doesn't care about your emotions. They go on with their lives, eating, laughing, enjoying themselves while you sit there stewing in misery. Anger hurts you, not them. Instead, think of yourself as the CEO of your own life. You're in charge of your career, your relationships, and your finances. When you see yourself as the boss, you stop making excuses and start making better decisions. Decisions that increase your income, strengthen your relationships, and expand your potential. Taking charge of your life begins with a decision to let go of blame, to take responsibility, and to move forward with purpose. That is the mindset of successful people. Create your own future. What is the one quality that every great leader in history has shared? It is vision. Leaders know exactly what they want, and they can clearly see the path ahead. They are future-oriented, always focusing on where they are going rather than where they have been. A true leader looks years into the future and makes wise decisions today that move them closer to that vision. They live with their goals in mind, stepping forward every day with purpose. On the other hand, non-leaders remain trapped in the past. They replay old regrets and mistakes that can never be changed. Instead of seeing possibilities, they focus only on problems and short-term comfort. The moment you begin to think like a leader, you will start to act like one, and soon you will succeed like one. The greatest obstacle standing between you and your goals is not your circumstances, your education, or your finances. It is your self-limiting beliefs. You might believe you lack money, intelligence, talent, creativity, or even good looks. But what if you imagined just for a moment that you already had everything you needed? What if you pictured yourself with unlimited resources, unlimited opportunities, and all the skills you could ever want? Close your eyes and project yourself 5 years into the future. If nothing were impossible, where would you be? Think about your career. What would you be doing if you could not fail? What level would you have reached? What skills would you have mastered? Think about your finances. If there were no limits, how much would you be earning? What would your lifestyle look like? How much money would you have in the bank? Think about your relationships. Who would be by your side? What would your family life look like if everything were perfect? This is how successful people think. They see no limits, no obstacles, no excuses. They don't ask why me or say if only I had this or that. Instead, they ask a simple, powerful question. How can I achieve it? And then they take action. That's why high achievers move quickly. They don't waste time on drama or excuses. Average people sit around waiting for conditions to be perfect. Leaders take action with whatever they have right now. That's why they create their own future. Clarify your values. Every truly successful person knows exactly who they are and what they stand for. Their values are solid, like the foundation of a strong building. Ordinary people, on the other hand, are often confused about their values and goals. That confusion keeps them from achieving much in life. Your values are at the very core of your personality. They define you. Whether you are honest, kind, patient, or disciplined, these qualities are reflections of the values you hold deep inside. The clearer your values are, the more effective and fulfilled you become. Think of your personality as having several layers, like the layers of an onion. At the very center are your values. Surrounding them are your beliefs, what you hold to be true about yourself and the world. Your beliefs flow directly from your values. For example, if you value kindness and generosity, you will believe that people deserve to be treated with respect and compassion. The next layer is your expectations. Positive values create positive beliefs, and positive beliefs lead you to expect good things to happen. You begin to see opportunities everywhere and assume that life is working in your favor. Then comes your attitude. Your attitude is shaped by your values, beliefs, and expectations. If you believe the world is a good place, you'll approach each day with optimism. You'll trust that success is within reach, and you'll expect your experiences to move you closer to your goals. That attitude radiates outward, influencing everyone you meet. And finally, on the outermost layer are your actions. Your actions are the ultimate reflection of everything inside you. Your values, beliefs, expectations, and attitude. If you succeed, it is not because of luck or destiny. It's because your actions are aligned with strong values and a positive mindset. When you fail, when you feel stressed, frustrated, or negative, it's often because your actions are out of alignment with your values. That's when you must pause and ask yourself, am I being true to my values? Am I living according to what I believe is right? Stephen Covey once said, before you climb the ladder of success, make sure it is leaning against the right building. If your values are unclear, you might climb quickly, but in the wrong direction. When your values are clear, every step you take leads you exactly where you want to go. Determine your true goals. If there is one word that captures the entire message of this book, it is clarity. Successful people are crystal clear about who they are and what they want. They carry within them a blueprint for their future, a detailed vision of where they are headed. Ordinary people, by contrast, move through life without direction, like stray dogs chasing passing cars, busy, restless, but achieving nothing meaningful. When you have clarity, you have direction. You stop drifting and wandering. You stop wasting your time on things that don't matter. Every choice you make and every action you take pulls you closer to your goal. But there's something important to remember. Your goals must be personal. They must matter deeply to you. Don't chase after what others think you should achieve. Don't pursue goals just to please your family, friends, or society. If you do, you will lack the burning desire needed to keep going when challenges appear. Real goals are fueled by passion. So ask yourself, what do I truly want from my life? Have you figured it out yet? To guide you, start with a few simple questions. At this stage, even a rough idea is enough. You can always refine your goals as you go. Ask yourself, what are the 3 most important goals in your career right now? What are the 3 most important goals in your finances? And what are the 3 most important goals in your relationships? Write them down. Don't just think about them, put them on paper. You'll be surprised by how much clarity you gain once you see them in front of you. Sometimes when you begin writing, worries and doubts will creep in. You might cross things out or hesitate. That's normal. In fact, it's a useful exercise. You can also write down the problems and fears holding you back. Ask yourself, what's stopping me from achieving what I want? What am I worried about? Here's a simple yet powerful technique that can help. It's called AAM's razor. This principle, introduced centuries ago by the philosopher William of AAM, says that the simplest solution is usually the best. The more steps or complications you add, the less effective the answer becomes. In life, we often make problems bigger than they are. We complicate decisions, overthink, and add unnecessary layers, but the fastest way forward is almost always the simplest. Apply AAM's razor to your challenges, and you'll often see a clear path right in front of you. For example, many salespeople once asked Brian, "How can I double my income?" They offered long, complicated answers. But Brian's advice was simple. Spend twice as much time with your best clients. These are the people most likely to buy from you. By focusing on them, your sales naturally multiply. It's the same with productivity. Average salespeople spend about 90 minutes a day talking to prospects. Top performers, they spend double or even triple that time. The highest paid salesmen plan their days so that most of their time is spent with high-value clients. That's why they earn so much more. Now, you might ask, how can I double my productivity? The answer lies in another principle, the 80-20 rule, also known as the Pareto principle. It says that 80% of your results come from just 20% of your efforts. Most people waste their energy multitasking, juggling emails, phone calls, paperwork, and distractions. By the time lunch arrives, they haven't done anything truly important. But the most effective people identify the 20% of tasks that bring the biggest results. They focus their time and energy there. And that's why their productivity skyrockets. Think about it. With AAM's razor and the 80-20 principle, you can simplify your life, solve problems quickly, and achieve far more in less time. And remember this, high achievers don't wait for the perfect moment. They don't sit around doing nothing, hoping conditions will improve. They take action. They make decisions. They move. They live with urgency, knowing that every moment is precious. Imagine if you had only 6 months to live. Suddenly, you would know exactly what matters. You would focus on the people and the activities most important to you. You would stop wasting time on small things. That's the power of clarity. It forces you to prioritize what truly counts. When you live with that sense of urgency, your life becomes sharper, more focused, and more meaningful. That is how you determine your true goals. Conclusion. So what have we learned? The secret to success is not luck, talent, or even intelligence. It is clarity. When you set clear, specific, written goals and commit yourself to them every day, you unlock a power inside you that can change everything. Brian Tracy's message is simple but life-changing. Take responsibility, focus on what matters most, and believe in your unlimited potential. Your thoughts shape your future. Your values guide your actions. And your daily choices determine the life you live. With clarity of goals, you will never drift. Every step you take will move you closer to the life you truly want. Remember this. No matter who you are or where you come from, nothing can stop you if you have a clear goal and the determination to achieve it. Thank you for listening to this audiobook summary on NeuroWhispers. If you found it valuable, don't forget to subscribe and join our community where we explore the world's best books on success, wealth, mindset, productivity, and personal growth. Until next time, stay focused, keep learning, and keep moving toward your goals.